Welcome to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank you so much for stopping by today. The subject of my vlog today is 10 problems that a smart expat in the Philippines doesn't have. Before I get started, let me welcome my viewers and subscribers. Thank you so much for your kindness, your generosity, and your support of my channel. It's truly been amazing. I'll never take that for granted. I put this backdrop of the ocean because one of my viewers, having watched my video in the province yesterday, said it was relaxing and could I do another one like that. So I said, okay, this is from my trip to Toledo City, Cebu. But smart expats, they didn't come to the Philippines flying by the seat of their pants like I did, or after watching the latest, greatest YouTube video on the Philippines. Some time and effort has been put in to planning their move over here. And that's why they're able to avoid a lot of the problems that most of us have when we think about moving over here. Chief among them is our unrealistic expectations and the problems that come along with this. See, here's the thing about it. He chose the Philippines because he's been other places. He's had something to compare it to weigh it up against, so to speak. He's done his research. He knows about what to expect, so he's prepared. He knows if he wants to enjoy a nice cut of beef, he'll probably have to go to one of the major cities to get it. And then he knows he's going to have to pay for it more than he's usually used to paying. He knows you can't be cheap over here. But that's chief among them. And the rest of these are really not in any order, but he doesn't have the day-to-day problems from home that a lot of us have, because he's tied up the loose ends there before he came here. He knows that you can't be in two places at the same time. A lot of us, like me, our bodies are here, but our minds are across the ocean. That's not a good way to be over here. Also, I'm just going to speak for myself about these day-to-day problems. Where I come from, people hate on you for your politics, your viewpoints, your skin color, your favorite sports team. You name it, and we got a problem with it over there. But when you come over here, see, a smart expat, he leaves all that stuff behind. He doesn't get involved in all the foolishness that can go on over here. And it kind of goes into the next one that I want to talk about. He doesn't have a problem with locals and other foreigners. He knows with other foreigners, he gives them the benefit of the doubt. He knows most of us come over here unprepared, and we probably got a lot on our minds. He knows that, hey, I don't really know these guys anyway. I don't know what they've been through, where they're coming from. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to be friendly. I'm going to be cordial. But I'm not going to get involved in all the gossip and all of that stuff that goes along with that. I can hang out with you. We can play tennis together. But when it comes to talking about other expats and you want to borrow money from me or anything like that, see, a smart expat knows that that's out of bounds. And when it comes to locals, he already knows. Like I said, he's done his research. He knows about what to expect over here, so he's not going to disrespect them or their culture. He knows his boundaries, man. He's set clear, defined boundaries. So he doesn't have a problem with that. Okay? A smart expat in the Philippines doesn't have a problem with relationships. Any kind of relationships, but especially the love relationship. Because he knows his value, he knows his worth. He doesn't come over here and fall in love with the first woman that he meets. He has expectations. He has standards. He has qualifications. He's not afraid to walk away if she doesn't meet his qualifications. Everybody has standards, guys. I mean, you can't be afraid to hurt somebody's feelings because eventually they'll get over it. But he's not going to settle for anything less than what he absolutely wants. He wants somebody that's compatible with him, that has some things in common. So when the dust settles, he doesn't have to worry about being out in the world, fighting the world, and then coming home having to fight. Because you think it's easy developing a relationship with someone from a whole different culture, speaks a different language on the other side of the planet, then you got another thing coming. It's not easy, but he doesn't have these problems because he has certain standards. And he doesn't go below any of those standards for any reason. He doesn't have immigration problems. And you say, well, why would you even talk about immigration problems, Sunshine Show? Man, there's a lot of guys over here who have overstayed their immigration. I guess that's what you would call it. Guys don't do that. He knows all the rules around every visa that he has, whether it be a tourist visa, 13A visa, SRRV visa. He knows the rules surrounding each one, and he abides by them. Every 30, 60 days, or every 6 months, he renews his tourist visa. He reports every year for his 13A and his SRRV. He pays the fees associated with it. He doesn't overstay because eventually they're going to catch you. Eventually you may have to leave the country for some reason or another. He doesn't want that hanging over his shoulder. He didn't come all the way over here for that. He came over here to relax, to have a good time, to start a new life. He didn't come over here to be looking over his shoulder. He doesn't have health problems. See, he takes good care of himself. Self-care is the best health care. You always hear me say that. It's true. He did it at home, and he's going to continue it over here. Exercise, staying active, eating the right foods, drinking plenty of water, maybe taking his vitamins. Going to see his doctor on a regular basis, but he doesn't have health problems like a lot of us. A lot of us, we see that latest, greatest YouTube video, and we run over here. We don't get a checkup. We don't know what type of condition, health condition we're in, really. We're literally flying off the seat of our pants, flying by the seat of our pants, rather. And that can get you in trouble over here. There's a lot of problems associated when your health's not right. But he doesn't have health problems. He doesn't have money problems. Because he knows that, hey, I'm 8,000 miles from home. I better make sure my money's right before I get over there. He knows about what the cost of living is over here. He knows about how much he's going to need every month to be safe, where he doesn't have to worry. He didn't come over here to worry. He saved his money. He continues to save it. He knows that he's not going to be successful in any walk of life, in any way, shape, or form, unless he's developed that habit of saving. So he doesn't have the money problems that a lot of expats have. You hear about us all the time over here, begging money, running out of money. He doesn't have those kind of problems. Because remember, some time and effort has been put into planning his move over here. So he doesn't have a lot of the problems that a lot of expats have. That's just the way I see it. You know, this is my boots on the ground experiences, man. I'm not just making these videos up. This is what I'm seeing, what I'm living, what I'm experiencing. Here's something else that he doesn't have a problem with, that a lot of us have a problem with. Deciding where to live. See, he can live anywhere he wants to live. You know why? Because he's taking care of his health. He's taking care of his money. A lot of us are limited on where we can live because we need to be close to the hospital, or we want to be somewhere where the cost of living is low. But because he's done those things, he can live anywhere he wants to. He's not limited. And even though most of us end up living where our girlfriend lives, it's good to know you got options. You don't want to come in here and paint yourself into a corner. And a lot of us do that, guys. Let's face it. It's true. Here's another thing that he doesn't have a problem with that a lot of us have a problem with. Time management problems. We don't know what to do with our time over here. We get bored. But he doesn't. He's got a whole boatload of activities. He's done his research. He knows travel over here is very inexpensive. A lot of these places are close together. You see, I'm going right here. What you're looking at, this is actual footage. I'm going from San Carlos City, Negros Occidental to Toledo City, Cebu. It's about an hour and 40-minute ferry ride. He knows that. He knows that, look, I'm going to bring my reading material over here with me. I'm going to bring my exercise equipment and exercise routine with me. You can listen to music anywhere around the world. He loves music. He's going to continue to listen to his music. If he goes to church, he's going to continue to go to church over here. But a lot of us, we have a problem with our time management over here. So we get bored. That's what they say. You know, I'm bored. They don't have anything to do. They lose track of time. Each day starts to blend into the next day. But he doesn't have that problem. Because he says, hey, the same things I'm doing in my home country, I can do over in the Philippines, and I can do more of it. Because it's less expensive, and the weather is going to permit me to do more. It's going to permit me to be out more, out and about more. And the last thing I'll say, and we could go on, but I just said 10 problems that smart expats in the Philippines don't have. Communication problems, guys. He knows that his English and English alone is going to limit him over here. So what he does, he takes some classes. He didn't do like me. He didn't say, oh, I'm going to ignore all those other dialects over there, and especially the major one wherever I'm going. If it's Tagalog, if it's Bisaya, if it's Ilonggo, I'm not going to ignore it. I'm going to learn bits and pieces of it because that's part of the planning process. English alone over here, listen to me if you don't listen to nothing else, is going to limit you in the Philippines. Communication problems, he don't have. So he learns the native tongue wherever he is, whether it's in Luzon, Visayas, or Mindanao. Now, none of these 10 problems are going to stop you from coming to the Philippines. None of these 10 problems are going to prevent you from having a good time and settling in. But a smart expat, he already solves the problems before he comes here. He didn't come here flying by the seat of his pants. He's not trying to make it up as he goes. He says, I better be prepared when I get over there. I'm 8,000 miles from home. I don't know anybody really. So some things I'm going to do, chief among them, is I'm going to have a realistic view of the Philippines or wherever I'm going. I know about what to expect. So I'm planning for it. I'm not going to come over there and complain all the time because that's what happens when you don't have a realistic expectation of the Philippines. You're looking at all these sugar-coated videos, and you think when you get off the plane, they're literally going to be rolling out a red carpet for you. No, but they will roll out the red carpet, but not literally. Stop complaining. This isn't your country. It is what it is. There's nothing inferior about this place. It's just different, and being different doesn't make it inferior. Every 5 minutes, oh, this is not like England. But they do it like this in America. Over in Scotland, I could have had it back by now. Well, damn it, you're not in Scotland. You're in the Philippines. So that's the chief problem that we have, man. We have some unrealistic expectations about the country, about the people, about the culture. But the smart expat, he put some time and effort into planning his move here. So if you want to be smart, if you want to have an easier time acclimating and assimilating into the Philippines, then do some of this stuff. Be a smart expat. Because most of us, man, we just get on a plane and show up over here. That's how I did. So thank you so much for stopping by today. I really appreciate it. I always do these type of videos because this is a support group. We're trying to help each other. I got a few guys that's coming to see me and visit St. Carlos City today. I'm going to welcome them into the Sunshine Shoulder support group. Welcome them to St. Carlos City, Negros Occidental. Take them out to eat. Show them around a little bit. Because I think that's very important when somebody comes overseas and there's somebody on the other end to lend a hand. So if you're in America, it's late already. You watch those basketball games. I hope before you let your head hit the pillow, you've helped somebody. But if you don't want them late grocery runs, beer runs after the games, weed runs, just getting off second shift, or you're on your lunch break and see somebody in the street, buy them something to eat, buy them something to drink, give them a few dollars. If you're in the Philippines, I guess it's about 10:30 a.m. on a Monday morning. Not a day goes by that I don't help somebody, man. It's very important that we help somebody over here. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. We help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay COVID free. I'll see you next time. Enjoy this beautiful, quiet, serene ocean between St. Carlos City, Negros Occidental, and Toledo City, Cebu. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching. One more thing, there's no roosters out here in the ocean. Anybody's trying to escape the roosters, this is the only place you could go. And then the damn ferry, somebody on the ferry will probably have roosters.